Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Decode Data with SKD. As promised, here I am with one of the transportation problem method called LCM, least cost method. And with the help of this, we will get the initial basic feasible solution, right? Till now, we have understood what a transportation problem is and why finding an initial basic feasible solution is important, right? And in case still you have a problem, please you can go and watch my previous video on basic of transportation problem. Now, one of the method we have to solve transportation problem is least cost method, normally known as LCM. In least cost method, we look at the transportation matrix and give priority to the route with the minimum cost, right? So in the matrix, normally we have the cost, right? So we'll take the minimum cost out of it, right? And the logic is simple. If we start from allocating from the cheapest route, we will reduce the overall transportation cost from the very beginning, right? So in this video, we will learn what is the least cost method, a step-by-step procedure to apply LCM, and I'll solve one complete numerical problem. So let's start and see how LCM help us to move closer to the optimum solution right from the first allocation, right? So LCM, least cost method. Least cost method means we have to start from the lowest cost. So we have to start from the route that is having a lowest cost, right? So let's start. This is basically the matrix. In this matrix, I have 3 factories and I have to supply to 4 warehouses. I hope you understand because we have to have a supply here. So supply is mentioned here and demand is mentioned here. Warehouse is having a demand, right? Now factory 1 is having a supply of 11, factory 2 is having a supply of 13, and factory 3 is having a supply of 19, demand, so on, right? So this is what the demand and supply from factory. And in this case, if you calculate 11 plus 13 plus 19, this is 43, 6, 10, 12, 15 is 43. So I have taken the same previous example I have shown in the previous video, right? Now, costs for transferring from factory 1 to warehouse 1 is 16. Cost for transferring from factory 1 to warehouse 2 is 21. Cost for transferring factory 1 to warehouse 3 is 25, and this is 30. So for all the cost is mentioned, right? Now hope you understand the matrix. So now let's start with the application of LCM method to find the initial basic solution. I assure you that this is very simple method and it will be easy if you focus completely and watch till end the entire process, right? Now total is 43. Now what I have to do is this at the rate, these are the basically cost given here, right? So 16, 21, 25, 13 is the cost, right? We have to find out the minimum cost. So if you go through all this total 12 values, you'll find that 13 is basically the minimum right now in this table. So what I'll do is I have to allocate certain unit to this particular cell. Now, what is the procedure for allocation? Let me give you one example. I am a supplier of a pen and you are basically having a demand of it, right? So suppose if you have a demand of 10 pens and I am having 100 pens with me, how much I should give it to you? 10 pens, because you have a demand of only 10 pens, right? Now, second condition, if I am having 5 pens and you are having a demand of 10 pens, how much I should give it to you? Only 5, because I don't have much. So I'll only give you 5 pens, right? So try to understand how demand and supply works, right? Now, in this case, when I have to allocate here, means factory 1 to warehouse 4, the warehouse 4 demand is 15 and supplies, factory 1 supplies 11. So factory 1 can only supply 11, whatever your demand is. My demand is 15. My demand is more than this, right? So now what I'll do is I will allocate 11 unit here because I can, factory 1 can only supply 11. In this case, this will become 0 and this will become 4. Clear? Now, because the factory 1 is now over and delivered everything, so leave this factory, right? Then comes to the factory 2 and factory 3, right? Now the remaining cost, factory 2 and factory 3, we have 8 costs. Out of this, 14 is the minimum, right? Now 14, warehouse 3 demand is 12 and factory can supply 13. So factory can supply 13, but the demand is only 12. So what I'll do, I will put 12 here, right? By doing this, this will become 1 because 12 is already delivered and this will become 0. So demand of warehouse 3 is over. So we will leave this one. Now we have warehouse 1, warehouse 2, warehouse 4 and factory 2 and factory 4. So we have 6 cells vacant, right? Out of this 6 cells, the next is 17, the lowest one. So we will allocate how much? The factory 2 can deliver 1 and warehouse is having a demand of 6. So you are having a demand of 6 pen, but I have only one pen. So what I'll do, I'll only give you 1 pen, right? So this will become 0 and this will become 5. And because factory 2 is already over, so now we have only factory 3. Factory 3 is there and warehouse 1, 2 and 3 is there. The demand of warehouse 1, 2 and 3 is there, right? So what I'll do, simple, nothing else. Now because the demand of warehouse 1 is 5, 2 is 10 and 3 is 14. So total is 19 and factory can deliver 19 units. So it's very simple. I will put 5 here. So this 5 becomes 0. I will put 10 here. So this 10 becomes 0, right? And I will put 4 here. So this 4 becomes 0. And because all 19 are 5 plus and 15, 19 are delivered. So this becomes 0. So now this way I have allocated the unit based on the least cost from the root, right? Now, once I have allocated, now my job is to find the simple initial basic feasible solution, right? Feasible solution. How I'll do? Simple. I'll take this one. So this is the, you'll say this is the first cell, right? This is the first cell. This is the second cell, 14 into 12. So this is the second cell. This is the third cell. So this is the third cell, right? This is the fourth, fourth. This is the fifth one, 20 into 10, 27 into 10. And this is the sixth one, right? Now when you club all this, you will find 922 as a solution. If I'm not wrong, this will be 922. You can calculate, right? So this is your initial basic feasible solution. Means now this is the because you'll get the answer, so it's a feasible solution. Why it is basic? Because you don't know whether it is optimum or not. And this is the first solution with the help of LCM. So when you apply, this is the first solution that you have received. So it's a basic initial solution, right? So now this way you can apply LCM to find the cost of in transportation case, right? So transportation problem, you will get the cost with the help of LCM method. I hope it's clear to you all. I request you to like this video, subscribe this video, subscribe this channel and comment your question. I'll promise I'll read and reply for all. Thank you very much for watching and wait for my next video. In next video, I'll go for northwest corner method to get the initial basic feasible solution for transportation problem. Till then, have a nice day.